leadership is not about, then it tells you that all the things that disqualify you in your mind about the fact that we are waiting for one leader to come and save us. He's already telling you that the leader that will save us in this country is standing in front of the mirror. Who is that person? You are the one we've been waiting for. And yet, many people are waiting for the people that are waiting for them. I don't know whether you understand where I'm coming from. So now that we know that you cannot be disqualified from being the visionary leader that can impact our future, that can transcend our thoughts into the future, then that tells me something. It is time for you to lead. So what is leading? From the video, what did we see that leadership is about? Leadership is about taking initiative. Anything else? Influence. Action. Service. Leadership is about doing, making better, making things better, making places better, making people better, taking action, solving problems. Did the boy create the problem? But he accepted responsibility for the problem. So that tells me that you don't have to accept blame, but you can accept responsibility for the solution. In fact, we understand that blaming is not a leadership skill. Every time you see somebody that blames other people, they are looking at the problem, not the solution. Solution is in greatness. And so only the great, like they say, the deep can call onto the deep. Only the people who have greatness within can see solution when they are looking at the problem. Is there somebody that is great here? So I want to talk to you about the fact that visionary leaders, let's talk about vision for a moment. I have a definition of vision that I hope you will take deeply and keep it in your heart. Because when that boy stood in front of the tree, I don't know if anybody noticed, he looked intensely at the tree, and I believe what he was looking before he ever placed his hand was that he was looking at the problem, but he had seen that the tree had moved. It was when he saw that the tree moved that he took action to go and solve that problem. Does anybody understand what I'm saying? So let's talk about vision for a moment. Vision. People come into groups like this. They come up with ideas, and it's great for you to have ideas that can be set into goals. Whether it's, you know what they say, smart goals, what? You must be disciplined with a daily routine that looks at your vision. And lastly, you must be able to reach out to people and draw them in. So I have a couple of questions that I want you to ask. And I need you to ask 5 people. And the first question I want you to ask someone that is seated next to you, and then a few other people, is, what is your tree? No, I didn't hear you. What did they say it was? In other words, what tree are you pushing? What problem do we have that you are solving? 29 million housing deficits. How did we get here? Because some people saw the tree and walked by it. They were so busy trying to find a place to stay, they forgot to build a place for others. 4.5 people per household. Multiply that by 29 million. That's over 126 million people are homeless in Nigeria. Don't you know that when the homeless become more than those who have homes, the people in homes will not be safe? New Nigeria is not ahead, it's inside us. And your tree is what will help us to build that new nation. The new Africa is depending on you finding your own tree. Listen to me, Africa is a forest of fallen trees. Find your problem, find your tree, push your tree, and greatness will be unleashed, and success will be guaranteed. God bless you guys, thank you. A very little statistics at you. And your answer from that statistics will tell me where Nigeria will be in the next 3 years. Are you ready? Sorry, are you ready? I can't hear the people on that side. Are you ready? The guys on this side, are you ready? Okay. So I was born on May 12, 1971. I decide. And if you believe that your decision has no impact, then you need to exit this room right now. Why did I say that? Because I was told that it was leaders that are gathering here. And leaders accept responsibility for outcomes. So my question is, what are you going to do today that will cause 1,000 people that have left Nigeria on Japa to Japada? Table is a leader that will change the future of Nigeria. I just don't know who that person is. Sorry, let me see your hand if you are the one. Let me be clear about something. Before you were born, Nigeria was. After we die, Nigeria will be. We are just a generation, and we can choose to decide which generation we will be. If we hand over a worse nation to our children than the one we inherited from our parents, we are a wasted generation. You know what a wasted generation is? A generation that went to good schools and then hands over poor schools to his own children. Where its children cannot go to the same school that it went. That's a wasted generation. A generation that inherited constant power supply and then gave generators to the next generation. A generation that drank water from the taps and then had to build boreholes for their own children. A generation that will not want its own children to be born in the hospitals that it was born. That is a wasted generation. A generation that receives values and devalues the values to its own children. Receives currency and devalues the currency to its own children. Listen, that is a wasted generation, but it is a choice that we must make. Nelson Mandela said it this way, and I believe it. He said sometimes it falls on a generation to be great. He says, you can be that great generation, but you must let your greatness blossom. If what I am saying is irritating you, it's because I'm troubling something inside you. I'm calling out the leader in you that is saying that I'm only going to make enough money in Nigeria so that I can run away. To where? Who built the country that you are going to? Somebody built it. They didn't run to Nigeria now. So why don't you build the country that other people can run to? Because that is the mandate of the generation that we have. Elections are over. Governance and nation building is what we have to get into. We must build the nation that we want to live in the next 3 years. And that is the task that you and I face as visionary impact leaders. Find your tree, push your tree, and your tree will make Nigeria a better place to live in 3 years. Find your problem, find your tree, push your tree, and greatness will be unleashed, and success will be guaranteed. God bless you guys. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So am I looking at you, or am I looking at the camera? Okay, do I hold this? Okay.
Do you want me to hold this thing?
All right. My name is Fela Durotoye, and I'm an executive coach, a leadership mentor, and a nation builder. I have just had the great privilege of speaking at the Unleashed for Takeover or conference that was organized or has been organized by the Victoria Crescent Group. And I am so I'm so inspired by all of the speakers, and I had the great privilege also to speak concerning the need for visionary leaders who will change and build the nation and the industry that we want, the real estate industry that we want to transform into. And what I spoke about was manifesting greatness, understanding that greatness is everything that we can do but have not yet done. And every part of what we have done is success. So whilst there is a generation that is very driven by success, and that's a good thing, but we need a generation of leaders that will be driven by greatness, who will be driven to birth the possibilities of our future, to change the real estate industry into what it can be. And in raising leaders, not only for, as entrepreneurs, but also for organizations and in the industry. I think that has been the most important part of this. So it's been a very inspirational conference. Leaders are leaving here with clarity of vision and a mandate to go and take over and change the real estate industry, not only for Nigeria, but for Africa. So watch out, guys. Real leaders are emerging from this conference. Thank you
so much. That was good. Thank you.
Officials there. Now, you may not believe that there are a lot of cultural noise going on even at your workplace. The cultural noise going on is that a Muslim may walk into the place, and because Muslims have now won election, the Christian gets angry. Look at him, there he goes. That's cultural noise moving at its speed. It could be that somebody who is a worker from a certain place walks into the office place, and the other person is not comfortable with them. There is this resentment brewing on the inside. It's affecting the communication strategy of that organization. And you need your internal stakeholders to be perfectly in good shape before you can reach out to the external stakeholders. Otherwise, you're going to have what we call sender arrogance, and then sender arrogance will also elicit receiver resistance. So the sender is now sending a message that is distorted, that is not right, or that he's sending arrogantly. So the person who's receiving it is also going to resist the message because they don't feel the impact of the message that they are sending. And this is because you have not dealt with the internal stakeholders, the whole communication apparatus of your internal stakeholders. So in a nutshell, I think that what we need to do now is to build the internal communication structure of our internal stakeholders, which is the staff and the workers. Make sure that everybody is on the same page. Explain to them that, look, everything that has happened. We need to go forward. It's not the way I'm saying it. A professional communicator will decide, how do I do this? Should I call them around the table? Should I take them out to dinner? Should I explain this to them so that all of us will be on the same page? If you don't get everybody to be on the same page and know that despite what has happened, that we actually really need to move forward past all these things that happened at the election, you're going to have a very big problem. You're going to have a workforce that it's almost like you're pushing them to go to the street and you're going to force them to
It's different, you know, it's a work day and we have a lot of entrepreneurs in the house. We have over 2,000 people here, sitting here, you know, enjoying the sessions. The panel has been amazing. The speakers have been top notch, you know. I'm having the time of my life, and I know that every attendee is having that same feeling too, you know. It's never going to be the same for real estate entrepreneurs doing business in Nigeria. You know, there's a lot that they are learning, and I know that this is just the beginning of great things to come for our industry.
Putting this together is
a better industry, a more organized industry, an industry that would look after one another, an industry that would, you know, that will fend for itself, an industry that will take Nigeria global, an industry that will end the desired foreign exchange. If we have every Nigerian who is in the diaspora buying real estate in Nigeria, it will bring about the much needed foreign direct investment that we have been looking for. And don't forget, it is our money that is in foreign land that is coming back. So just imagine every Nigerian who is in diaspora sending their dollars home. Imagine the amount of dollars that will be made available to the Central Bank of Nigeria, the amount of dollars that will be made available to entrepreneurs. I'm looking forward to that.
What do you think are the key, just finally, the key stakeholders that will support the real estate industry to become what it is that you would want to see?
I want to see more support from the central bank. I want to see more support from the state governments because the allocation of land comes from the state government. I want to see a more organized land registry that is digital, like Lagos State government has done. I want to see an organized land registry like what they have in Abuja, the FCT. I want to see that across all the states. I want to see an improved foreclosure law from the National Assembly, you know, a law that, you know, expedites the entire process of tribunal, of court cases. I want to see a more improved, a more vibrant industry. I want to see a more organized construction sector, you know, a more active participation from the standard organization of Nigeria to ensure that, you know, the issue of substandard material being used in the construction industry becomes a thing of the past. I want to see an industry that only professionals do the right thing, work for the construction industry. If you must build, build right. And if you must build, you must hire the much needed professionals to come and build.
What is the way forward after this conference and your take home to Nigerians for the Unleashed for Takeover?
Unleashed for Takeover is for all of us. You know, it speaks to the mind of every young Nigerian. It speaks to the mind of every real estate entrepreneur. It speaks to the minds of every entrepreneur. So my take home from this is we will look forward to a better, more improved Unleashed for Takeover. Unleashed for Takeover 1.0 had in attendance about 400 people. Unleashed for Takeover 2.0 has over 2,000 people in attendance, less than 1 year after. What it means is Nigerians are out there seeking for more knowledge. They want to be better. And so I want to see numbers tripling themselves next year by God's grace and power.
Thank you so much. This was great. Okay, so
hi, my name is Anita Rajas, and I am here at the Unleash Takeover. I had a good time, and a lot of nuggets were shared. A lot of things that we had learned before we didn't know about real estate, about leadership. It was just literally an encompassed conference that really educated us in the real estate industry, and also educated us in about the economy, also educated us on leadership, and altogether it was a beautiful experience. I really commend the organizers of this conference, and I do hope and they do another one next year, which they usually will do. So I see you. I'm hoping to see you next time. And yes, that's it.
what does it mean for not just the real estate industry, but also career professionals and entrepreneurs to have a real estate, this kind of conference? Also, you have mentioned that you had come from Abuja. So you live in Abuja and you came from
Yes.
Abuja. So you can also mention that.
So the experience for professionals is that you learn so much, knowing how to invest in real estate, knowing the know-hows of real estate, and there were some nuggets on how you can purchase real estate, how to purchase your own property. I was also educated on the new development of the I hope you can cut that. Can you cut that? Or I have to? Yes? Okay. Because I'm trying to remember the name of the Citadel, yes. I was educated about the Citadel View and the new development that we're going to have. That's the... okay. I was educated about the Citadel View and also the new development that they're going to have about the solar energy, which is really top-notch. And, you know, they're trying to get into the future and where real estate is going. They're trying to get into the part of real estate and also merge it with the future, as having to have problems with, you know, electricity and all of that. So having the Citadel itself have solar energy will really do us a lot of good. So purchasing a lot from the real estate firm, I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. Can you just cut it?
It's good.
Thank you.